Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Supernatural review. This is season 6, episode 18, Frontierland. If you're new here, I do a recap and review of every single episode of Supernatural, so let's get into it. So this episode was a little bit like last episode where I was talking about how it kind of was like this idea that someone came up with, and you could have kind of fit into any season, and just like they would change it to kind of deal with what's going on at the moment. But this was like a little bit more of a special episode, and we occasionally have those like special episodes, like they had the monster movie episode. I guess it's so funny because we're doing monsters this season, but that was in season 4. And so they occasionally have these like episodes that are like, whatever, maybe they say you can do 1 episode a season, whatever, and so then they have a different title card for it. But I think it's interesting, and we used to see this a lot in other TV shows as well, like Vampire Diaries, Gossip Girl, Gilmore, whatever, all these other TV shows where they have like, themed episodes. So they, the Wild West, you cowboys, they wanted to do an episode like that. So they obviously try to figure out how to work into the season, and so they came up with they need something, and then the only way that they could find it was this long time ago. And so we see time travel a lot. We saw time travel. We didn't technically see it the episode before, but there was time travel somewhat involved. And so we know that, it's so crazy that time travel is like real and supernatural, like the angels can do it, but it's something where it's like it's not used as much. If any show, you get shows and they're all about time travel. Like, oh my god, maybe that's why Eric Kirby did that time travel show. What was that called? Timeless? I don't know. But it's so crazy. Like, movies and TV shows about time travel, you don't just get, like, it's the whole thing. So it's crazy, like, time travel kind of exists in Supernatural, but it's like such a sideline thing, and like it's only in like 5 or less episodes in the entire show, and it's crazy that they don't use it more, and it's crazy it's such a sideline thing, like it's sideline of the sidelines. So I'm just like, part of me is like, why don't they use it more? But then they had this thing in it where it's like Cass was like, I can only do it in 24 hours, which it's weird because like technically like 24 hours later there, like technically it could be any time in the past. So, but I don't know, I think they wanted to do something with the 24 hours, but like if you look at it, like it doesn't really make sense. And so, I mean, it's kind of a dumb idea to like really go in the past to get these ashes, but like, maybe there's this time sooner in the past or, modern day, but they really wanted this episode, so they found a way and made it work. We had the cult again, which is something we always loved and everything, and so I've kind of was, I think I've rewatched this episode at least once or twice before, but I kind of forgot some things, so I thought maybe they got the cult, and that's what they actually got, but it wasn't. They did get those ashes. And then there was all this drama with the angels, which it's just so dumb. Like, we've never seen this woman angel before. Like, I don't know if the boys have, whatever, but we haven't, and we don't care. We don't care about this drama. It's like, I gotta fight Raphael. Like, why do you? Like, who's fighting who? Like, we don't know the details of this war. We don't know a lot of the details about the angels, but we also don't want to. So it's like something where it's like, it's confusing because we don't know the details, but we also don't want to know the details. We don't want it in general. So it's something where it's like, do I want them to talk about monsters or every episode to be about monsters? Because, well, technically, was the Phoenix a monster? I don't know. It's something new, though. It's something new. It's like, do we want monsters all the time, or do we want all this angel crap that we don't care about? They wanted an episode about the Wild West, and that's what we got. They incorporated into the season, and that's the thing. I think the writers just think that like all this other drama stuff just goes over your head. And definitely when you watch these episodes out of the blue, it goes over your head. But maybe if you're even watching the episodes back to back, like maybe it kind of goes over your head, but when you're really analyzing it, it's like different. And I think I just have a different perspective on it because when I watched this all for the first time, I was 15 years old. I'm 24, almost 25, and so like 9 years later, whatever, like I, obviously my brain has evolved, and I went to film school, and so I know these like more different things that, if I was to do this and analyze this like my first time watching, even if it wasn't my first time watching, but maybe when I was like 17, my second time watching or whatever, like I would have had a different perspective. So I just think maybe I am being too critical in Supernatural because I am. analyzing every episode, but it's something where it's like I always remember season 6 not being good, and so now kind of analyzing the season, I'm like, it's actually not as bad as I remembered, but that's something that like I take away from this season my first time watching, and always just remembering how this season is not that good. And I think a lot of people else take that way because no one really comments on my video, but someone commented on like I think the third review episode I did of season 6 saying they also felt the same way about season 6. So I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. And it's something where if you want it to kind of go over people's head and whatever, like a lot of people will remember season 6 this way where it's not that good, and maybe analyzing the season has kind of given it some life back and like gave it more of a promise and a more ideal in my head than I had before. But I think that's not good of the writers, and this is the feedback I'm giving you. And well, you can't do it now because you can't do time travel and you can't go back and change it. Anyway, I think this episode is definitely a good episode. I don't think it's going to end up on the top 5 list, but it was fun to have an episode like this, and especially as I talked about, I think the next few episodes are going to be super serialized, not that much fun. So glad we got this episode. But thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and bye.